Welcome back on the Craft Meraki YouTube channel, and I hope you are ready for some new release goodies. I'm going to be using this season the Shimmer and the coordinating diecuts today, because this is one of the few sets that I so far have not played with. So I am excited to get stuck in. So we're going to pop these onto our Glimmer Foil machine right away. We're going to turn this on, take this out of the packet, and then we're going to select our foils. So now when it comes to foiling, I do like to have my machine really nice and hot. So I do tend to pop my plates on as soon as I turn the machine on, and then let them heat up as the machine is heating up as well, because I think that the hotter and more evenly heated they are, the better results you're gonna get. So that's what I do it. And I have collected a few foils here that we're probably going to use today. I am obsessed with this Moondust Foil, so it's very likely we're going to use that. I can't seem to stop using this gorgeous matte gold foil, so we're definitely going to use that. And then I'm thinking maybe the red and the green. I mean, you know what? Let's just do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do all colors. While we're waiting for that to heat up, we are going to cut our foils. Now, this set is just the tiniest bit bigger than the foil roll, which I have a trick for how to fix that. The other way to do it is you just do one part, because the die cuts that come with this set actually cut out every single piece in one go. So, or that way rather. So if you just want, say, like the stocking and the bell and the snowflake, you obviously just put foil over those pieces and cut those out. Now, if you want to do all of them, I will show you how to do that. So we're going to start with the matte gold, because, you know, matte gold, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? Now, another trick to do is when you're cutting out foils, when you have a die cut that is like this, is that you use this to measure, so you don't use extra foil, because obviously the foil is quite precious. And then I use a Fisker's textile tool or roller cutter to cut my foils. This is a trick I learned from Heidi Swap years ago, and it works such a treat. Now, if you look here, you can see that it's kind of, there's a little bit of a gap right there and a little bit of a gap right there. And we're going to use a little bit of spare foil. You can see I've already tried it here once, so I already know this works. But I thought I'd show you just to make sure that you guys get to see it as well. So we're going to take the foil and... Okay, so our platform is not quite ready. We'll wait for that first. And we're back. Okay, right. So let's get to this little trick. So now what you want to do is you want to put your foil as sort of far over as you can. And then we're going to take a little spare strip here and we're going to place it right on top, like so. And then put your foiling paper on top. Hold that in place so that your little piece doesn't slip out. And then we're going to place our foiling pads on top, and we're going to press the timer. While we're waiting for the timer to do its thing, we are going to get our die cutting machine out so that we can, roll this through. We're going to have it right on standby anyway. So then when you're moving this over to that, you're going to want to try to be a little bit gentle. And another thing to do is you can actually place your hand on top and pull everything out. You are going to want to be quick, because obviously this is going to be hot. So don't do anything crazy. Don't burn yourself. It's, you know, it's kind of a bit of a hazard when you're a crafter. You're probably going to end up hurting yourself at some point, but don't do it on purpose. Right, so the timer is gone. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold this down, pull this out, and then we're going to kind of like grab these and pop them into the die cutting machine. So here we're going to roll through slowly and gently. And we're only going to go through once with these, I think. So, like so. And then we're gonna pop this platform right back onto the machine. And then we're gonna see if this worked. So here's our foil. And then we're gonna start with peeling off these little bits here. Like that. And oops, oh boy. Okay, so the foil folded in on the salve here. I didn't see that. So we're gonna have half of a sweet. And here we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry about the flickering. There we go. So you can see here, I have done this. I showed this trick before in the past, where if your foil doesn't cover your entire image, you can actually layer it up a little bit. Now on this one, it is showing a tiny bit, but you can always cover that up on your card design. So we're gonna do the rest of the colors to see what they look like, because why not? And then let's make a card, or 2, or 3, we'll see. So we're cutting out the foil again, and we are using our die cut as a kind of measuring. We're cutting out that extra bit, and then while that is heating up, that is heating up, and then while the platform is heating up in between, we're going to roll through in the die cutting machine using the die cutting or the die cuts. So, you know, you roll one through with the foil, and then while the platform is heating up again, you just roll through with your die cuts to kind of save time. Okay, so I have an idea. So I'm gonna use the 3 baubles, and we're gonna put away the rest for now. But in the rest of the release, you might have seen the Holly Jolly and Under the Mistletoe hot foil plates. So these will give you fantastic backgrounds. You can either emboss them or hot foil them. So I have done a couple of samples on, like, you know, when I was playing with them and trying them out, I was making a couple of samples. And right at the beginning with new stuff, oops. Making a mess since 1979. Sometimes, you know, the panels don't come out perfect. So, you know, I don't want you to throw away your panels that don't work out, because you can always make something, whether it be cutting out a label or just a little accent to your card, something like that. So don't waste your non-perfect foiling. So here is a couple that actually, this one worked out really well. And here's one that isn't perfect. It's not super perfect, but I think I can I can probably cover that up with like a sentiment or some kind of like hot foiled images or stamped images or something like that. And here is the Holly Jolly. And you can see again, just not perfect here, because I think this is right where like my plate is warped. So it kind of jostled everything. Because like around here, it's all perfect. Yeah. And then again, here is another one that is almost perfect, but right there in the middle is just that little like wobbly bit. So I'm not going to use any of those. I'm actually going to use my worst attempt of foiling here. So you see this bit here is all really quite bad. So what I've done, this used to be a big panel like this, but I trimmed it down. And then I've cut this into a diagonal, obviously, you can see that. But the idea is that we are going to just use this one, and we're going to take a card base. Now, I have a plan-ish. I'm pretty sure I have a plan. Right, the plan, back to the plan. I did have a plan. So we're gonna take a card base, and then we're gonna take this, and we're going to adhere it to the card, like so. And then we are going to use our lovely baubles here. And this one that isn't so perfect, we're going to kind of tuck that under this one. Maybe higher. There we go. Like so. And then this one is going to go on top like so. And then we're going to add a sentiment. You know what? Maybe we're just gonna, change the plan again. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, okay, we are going to put these baubles like so. And we are going to completely ignore the fact that there's a little bit of foil right there. And what we're going to do, because, you know, it's a handmade card, it's not a Hallmark card. You know, sometimes you have to show people that you're actually making mistakes when you make your handmade cards. So here I've got a load of pre-hot foiled Perfect Sentiments Holiday from Pinkfresh Studio. So we're going to find a lovely and matchy one here. And we're going to add that to our card. And then we're going to add all the rest. We're going to glue everything down. And then that card is done. So maybe Holiday Cheer or Merry and Bright. Or now do we do solid or... Oh, that kind of pops, doesn't it? Maybe that pops a bit better than white on white. Although that is pretty. That is very pretty. I'll tell you what, we're going to zoom in a little bit, and I'm hoping it's not going to go crazy here. Ah, yeah, it's probably going to go crazy. So with the white outline and with the solid hot foiled left over, I think, let's see if we can kind of cover up that. No, we cannot. I think actually the white one, which is a bit of a surprise for me. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm usually all about the colors and all the layers and stuff, but maybe, yeah, maybe the white or Season's Greetings. No, let's do Merry and Bright. Yes, let's do Merry and Bright. We're going to zoom back out and we're going to add this to the card and then that will be done. Okay, so let's talk dimension. If you are going to mail your Christmas cards or your holiday cards, don't build them up too much with foam tape and things like that. Because even though it looks lovely, it will be a bit of a pain in the behind to mail. Plus it will cost you more in postage. So just bear that in mind. So that is this one done and it looks really nice and shiny. And here is another one that I've made. They're both very white and goldy, which strangely, I'm very drawn to this kind of color scheme for Christmas. White and gold is just such a classic combination. It works well for everything. Usually I'm all about the rainbows and the glitz and the glamour and the bling-a-ling, which, I mean, yeah, okay, I did have some bling-a-ling as well, but, you know, it's color-wise, these are quite un-Erica-esque, but very Christmassy in my book. So, with that, I am all done for today. I really, really hope you've enjoyed this video and you learned something along the way. And I really hope you're enjoying the new release because there's a lot more goodies coming from the design team. So don't forget to subscribe.